The Boat That Rocked, also referred to as pirate radio, is rated 7.4 on IMDb, and I am not surprised in the slightest. This is a really great, fun film. It was released in 2009, written and directed by Richard Curtis, and stars, well, a brilliant cast, but I have to say that it was initially Bill Nighy that drew me to this. But the cast includes, but is not limited to, Charlie Rowe, Philip Seymour Hoffman, Bill Nighy, of course, Nick Frost, Katherine Parkinson, Chris O'Dowd, Kenneth Branagh. I could go on. I probably shouldn't because we'll be here all day. Emma Thompson, of course, is one of the main reasons why I watched it as well. Rhys Ifans. I cannot complain. The cast is phenomenal. So even if the narrative itself wasn't that compelling, the cast would definitely still keep me going. And the description from IMDb is as follows. A band of rogue DJs that captivated Britain, playing the music that defined a generation and standing up to a government that wanted classical music and nothing else on the airwaves. Okay, so that's actually a terrible description. I should have read it before I read it out loud. It doesn't describe it in any way. Honestly, it is a lot better than it sounds. It's basically about these DJs who... They have this pirate radio station in the middle of the ocean. And, you know, they play some pretty interesting things with a pretty lackluster attitude and questionable morals. But because they are obviously in the middle of the ocean, it's not exactly easy for the government to just come along and say, oh, you're right, shut it off. So they're constantly having this idea that that's going to happen one day, but at the moment they're on a boat and broadcasting things that perhaps should not be. And it's good fun. I think one of the reasons why it works is that the casting is just brilliant and the characters are really entertaining. I have to say, Emma Thompson's character for me was not that likeable in here. She plays Charlotte, and I don't know, I mean, I loved her performance, but I didn't really care that much about the character, which is fine. The narrative itself, though, carried itself very, very well, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was creative and innovative, a little bit risky in places, and it developed really well. Really fascinating concept, and I think the execution of that premise was just spot on. This is genuinely funny. I'm not, the biggest laugh out louder. There are times when I don't laugh out loud at films, even though I find them quite amusing. But actually with this one, chortling was a thing that happened for me. It was brilliant. I really thoroughly enjoyed it. If you haven't seen it, I'd say give it a go. There's a very, very strong chance that you're going to like this. It's pretty great.